cut all this out of the audio version. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 54 of the #1 podcast, video podcast on the internet with bad fan art on a t-shirt.
Oh, yes, this is my t-shirt.
Yes.
So what had happened was, I think I clicked the wrong live event. When you said, can you see that? And I said, nope, and I just clicked a random thing.
There you go.
But that should have nothing to do with why the audio was desynced.
Oh, I got nothing for you.
Usually we do 1,500 milliseconds for a delay. I've never done 1,000 before, and for some reason it's asking for 1,000 now. So, I don't know.
Do you store like the upcoming like streams and stuff in there, or
what are you talking about?
the way XSplit works? Like, why are there multiple live streams in there?
One of them's a test.
Okay.
One of them is the quick broadcast. We can just start broadcasting whenever we want. And then one of them's the Wulff Den Live.
Okay. Now my mic is out.
Turn Will's mic on.
It's
it's definitely on.
It should be on.
Is the quick broadcast. We can just start broadcasting. Interesting. Wow. That's not normal.
Thanks.
That has never happened.
Thanks, Bob. Thank you for...
Oh, no, it is actually off.
Oh.
That is my fault.
How's that, guys? I think we're back.
So I do that when I record my ShottyCast videos.
Okay.
I forgot to turn you back up.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that.
Thanks for sticking with us through all of that, guys.
There's
a lot of dumb problems. Usually
Yeah.
it's all related, but those were all completely unrelated with each other.
Yeah, all right. Now that we're finally like everything's
Well, I'm good, Will. How are you?
I'll be honest, I'm a little tired. This took a lot out of me just now. Also too, I've been exhausted all day, but I do have something to keep me awake today. I didn't tell you I was going to do this cuz I don't have to. So if you saw, Warner Brothers sent me a whole bunch of Lego stuff for the Lego Batman movie in theaters February 10th. I did an unboxing video. I decided I'm going to build this live on the stream during our show.
What is it?
It is the Catwoman Cat Cycle Chase set.
Ooh.
It features Catwoman and her motorcycle, Batgirl and Robin, and a little storefront that you can throw Robin through, as depicted on the back of the box. I picked that because it's a smaller one, and it's not going to take up too much space, and I could probably get it done within the hour.
Cute.
Yeah, I got the little table.
As long as you're paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
And don't take down all our lights.
Not gonna take that
So if you hear this,
got a little table for.
you know what it is. Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for being here through all
Yeah,
this.
thank you for putting up with all that nonsense.
There you go.
All right.
Have it in your crotch.
Thanks. All right.
So first on the docket that I wanted to talk about
Yes.
was, of course, Microsoft keeps killing these exclusives.
Well, let's just go right for the big one, because this was like huge news all week.
Scalebound.
Scalebound, yes.
I don't particularly care about Scalebound. I don't think anybody did.
No, people did.
Apparently people did.
Scalebound, for those of you who don't know, was a Microsoft Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive from Platinum Games, the people behind Bayonetta and Mad World and that really awesome Transformers game from a couple of years ago. More importantly, it was from Hideki Kamiya, who is like the leader of Platinum Games. He created Devil May Cry, and he created Bayonetta.
He was a game designer on Resident Evil.
Yes. I believe he was the director of Resident Evil 2, actually. But yeah, so this was a big deal. This was, going to be, because Microsoft has always had problems with, not really problems, but, getting Japanese developers to work on the Xbox and, like, getting the Xbox to sell in Japan. So this was going to be their in. Now it's not anymore.
I saw a good Reddit thread last night that brought up a good point. That Microsoft keeps freaking canceling all these freaking.
Well, what have
exclusives.
they canceled besides this and Phantom Dust?
So, this guy has a list.
Okay.
In 2012, Obsidian was working on an Xbox One exclusive called Stormlands.
Okay.
But Microsoft suddenly canceled the project, leaving Obsidian in a very bad state and laying off 30 people.
Oh, wow.
2015, Phantom Dust.
Yes. This was the famous one.
Remake reboot is probably the most tragic of these stories. If you don't have time to read, here's the too long didn't read from NeoGAF. Basically, Microsoft was unreasonable, gave them little to no budget and ridiculous goals. You know, the usual story.
Yeah.
Plus, they had their own agenda. The E3 trailer was not done by the developers,
Oh, wow.
and they have no idea to whom Microsoft outsourced it. They didn't know it was going to be at E3 that year. That reminds me of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
That remake.
Yeah.
It's said by game director, whoever the guy was. I don't even remember. And he was like, "Oh, I'm doing that." He didn't know until he saw the trailer. 2016, Fable Legends.
Yeah.
Remember that whole
Yeah.
deal? People were very upset about that. 2017, Scalebound. Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them Scalebound.
Yeah.
So that's not that many.
Right.
But I also have here a list of Microsoft Xbox One exclusives.
There's a lot of them.
Not a lot of upcoming retail ones. There's a lot of downloadable ones.
Right.
But upcoming retail, you got Crackdown 3, you got Halo 2, Halo Wars 2, I'm sorry.
Right.
Phantom Dust, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and then pending you have My Street F, whatever that is, Natsuki Shooting Love Trilogy, and Yomi Woo Saku Hana. So
Well,
you
this
got
is what
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pending retail ones. And for PS4, you got all this.
Okay.
I am not going to count
But
that.
this is upcoming, right? This
This is upcoming
okay.
retail.
This is not including, what's come out already. Because I would argue that as of right now, Microsoft actually has more exclusive titles on Xbox One than Sony does. Because for the past 2 years, they've been releasing more exclusive titles for Xbox One than Sony has for PS4. Like you look at last year, I think Sony just had The Last Guardian, whereas Microsoft had Gears. They had Dead Rising 4. They had what the hell was the other one? They had Forza Horizon 3. They have been released. They have been on top of like their release schedule.
Well, this list would beg to differ, Will, because
Okay.
look at this size of the Xbox released
Okay.
retail, and then look at that's not it. PS4 retail
Okay.
release.
This is also probably including all of those indie games that like to go to the PS4 first.
Well, that's why I specifically targeted retail, because the PlayStation Network ones, I'm not targeting those because those are going to be
Right.
a little much. I'm going to try to bring it up on the screen here without screwing literally everything up here, because I feel bad that I'm showing you this and I'm not showing them this. We need a new system.
We
for this.
definitely need a
this is
much
not
better
gonna work.
system
I'm
than
gonna
what we
hook up
have.
that monitor.
That's not a bad idea.
Just have it like over here or
Yeah.
something. All right, so this is Xbox One. This is the upcoming retail list,
Which is small, yeah.
which is small. And
Well, they've typically
this-
announced what they're releasing.
this is what
at
they've
E3.
released at retail, right here. So that that's what is that, like 20 games?
Yeah.
Maybe 25 games. Let's go back up. Switch that to PS4. Boom. And you've got we haven't even hit released yet. There we go, released. I mean, Microsoft might have more AAA stuff,
Yeah.
like some big names, but Sony's dealing out the cash to get the third-party exclusives.
True.
And I think a lot of that's because people expected Sony to be the flagship console. They expected Sony
Right.
to be in more homes. And that's why it's winning out. I mean, remember the Xbox 360? That had more exclusives than the
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 because that was the one that was in more homes in North America.
Right.
In Japan, can't say that much.
But we're also talking about, Microsoft funded exclusives. Scalebound was funded by Microsoft. Phantom Dust was one of the other titles Fable Legends definitely was. Now Lionhead's freaking closed.
Yeah. Let me go back to our camera.
Okay.
Yeah. I also think it's interesting that it's like the distinction between first party and third party. Like, for example,
Yeah.
Uncharted 4
Yes.
and The Last of Us, those are technically third parties.
Second party.
Second party?
Second party.
Oh, excuse me.
There is
The rare second party.
Yeah. Well, second party is any company that's not owned by a first party, but is significantly funded by a first party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like the Pokemon company.
Yes.
And then there's Game Freak, which is a third party.
Yes.
Because Game Freak just, what do they release? Like a game.
They released
They released the-
Tembo the Badass Elephant for Xbox One and PS4.
Yes, there
which
you
was
go.
actually kind of fun.
So the last part of this little Reddit post said, my point being, what is wrong with Microsoft? I leave with this final comment by a NeoGAF user named Drek. While a bit too harsh, I think it makes sense to post it now. Wait, is this a different... Oh, no, that's a huge thread. I'm not reading that. While it's a bit harsh, I think it makes sense to post it now. I think this needs to be discussed ASAP before the Nintendo Switch is announced and Scalebound Plus, all of this is forgotten and swept away. So my questions are, did I miss any third-party exclusives they mishandled? Do you think they were in the right to pull the plug on these games? Do you have more info? Is there someone to blame? I mean, there's Microsoft to blame.
Right.
Also, will this pattern scare developers from Xbox One? Yes. Do you think this will affect Scorpio's launch?
This will affect publishers looking to do exclusive deals with Microsoft.
Yes.
And specifically this is probably like scaring first party people right now.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Yeah.
And
I just dropped a piece on the floor.
I think it's particularly a problem because the Xbox One has that ES RAM
Yes.
that makes it particularly difficult to develop for. I'm going to make sure you don't drop all these frickin' Lego pieces everywhere.
Keep talking.
What Microsoft exclusive games are supposed to be more feature packed and more powerful because you can utilize that ES RAM. But if it's not an exclusive, it's just a pain in the ass to develop for.
Found a piece. Also some chips that were on the
Oh,
couch.
good. I'm hungry. After this, I'm going out getting some snacks because this house is a travesty.
Look, man. I don't know if you know this, but I'm getting married this year, and
Oh, in case anybody didn't know, in case anybody didn't know, he's getting married this year.
And I promise my fiance she will not have a fat groom. So I got some weight loss to do. You can. I'm sorry. There's been a little.
I
lack
thought
of
you were gonna
snack.
have something to say about you having snacks in the house.
That's why I'm apologizing for the lack of snacks in the house.
Right.
Because I can't be fat. Now back to the Lego.
Common Boy said no. Second party is the consumer. Is that why they skip over first party? I mean second party.
No.
I almost never hear second
No,
party.
because second party is a rarity, but it is a thing. Rare back when it developed for the N64 was considered a second party.
Interesting.
Yeah.
AJ says Uncharted is first party. They're not owned by Naughty Dog's not owned by Sony though. They're just funded by Sony.
Right. I know Insomniac isn't owned by Sony, but they almost exclusively develop for Sony, except for Fuse and what the hell was that game that everybody likes, but I thought was just okay. Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive is a big one. Everybody says congratulations.
Thank you. I'm gonna be very annoying this year with that. Okay. Why does this say ×2, but then there's a 5 right next
What?
to it?
Let me see that.
Say it right there.
There's a number 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Let me give me this.
Lego building is confusing. While you're talking about,
There's a lot of number 5s. There's on all the pictures.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear that Microsoft is also taking down Scalebound trailers from all of their YouTube channels?
I did hear about that. This is like a big mess.
Yeah. This goes just beyond like canceling titles and stuff. It's rumored to believe that Platinum had a lot of problems making this game.
They did.
This was originally going to be like a single player experience. Then that's when they first showed it at E3, and then the second year they showed it at E3, there's a big multiplayer component to it.
I saw that, and that
Yeah.
didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, and
I was
then-
like, what type of game is this? Because
Yeah.
they're saying it's an action RPG, but then there's like it looked like there was heavy like multiplayer. Like
yeah,
it didn't look like something you could choose to do. It almost looked like a Destiny type
Yeah.
deal because the other character was also you.
right.
So that it didn't make any. I was trying to figure out what the hell the game was, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, no, it wasn't very well explained. They had 2 years to do it.
In 2015, in the summer, there's an article where Hideki
Kamiya.
Hideki Kamiya was tweeting all this stuff about
He likes to tweet.
Microsoft.
This guy.
He sure does. He tweeted at Microsoft, "Are they effing with me?"
Yes.
He's I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Those shits at Microsoft, are they fucking with me? That is what he tweeted, and then he immediately took that down.
Right.
And then he tweeted, "If I were to go to Gamescom, I want to go for users, not as a prop of Xbox briefing." And then someone tweeted at him, "Microsoft effed up like always. Wonder how this will affect Scalebound. Game might be in serious trouble." And then he tweeted back, "Better than your life."
Yeah,
what that means.
that's the type of guy he is.
So
Somebody asked him, because people would annoy him about Bayonetta 2 being a Wii U exclusive, so somebody asked him, is Bayonetta 2 coming to PS4 or Xbox One? And Kamiya said, "Do you eat shit?"
he obviously this thing it had a lot of problems.
Right.
He also what are some of these other tweets? You think Microsoft handles Scalebound marketing better than Nintendo with Wonderful 101? Somebody asked.
Yeah.
And he answered, I don't know. I don't like their marketing. So he was just flat out.
Yeah.
Sometime last year, he was just like, I don't like what they're doing with
Yeah.
this game that I'm working on, that I'm supposed to be promoting. And they said, why? Is there something wrong with it? And he said, see the main art of Scalebound at their site? It's awful.
Yeah.
So he's
very outspoken, and he's very outspoken about his disdain for the treatment of Scalebound. But I think this might speak to a larger problem within Platinum, because there has been rumors for a while that Platinum isn't the same company it used to be. Because it used to be like whenever they released a game, it was, a big deal. Even the Wonderful 101, which is a Wii U exclusive, which wasn't their greatest game, but it was still very well received. Recently, they started doing all those license schemes for Activision. They did Transformers, they did Legend of Korra, and they did Ninja Turtles.
Which Transformers?
Transformers Devastation.
Nice.
Which is awesome. But apparently Korra is hot garbage, and the Ninja Turtles game, Mutants in Manhattan, which looked really good and was based on the IDW comic, was also hot garbage, which is really disappointing.
I feel like we need to put it like up higher.
Well, yeah, when I'm done, I'm gonna...
So people could see what you're doing.
Okay, it looks like I'm building her motorcycle, and right now it looks like this. So there you go. Yeah,
I was just wondering if you put it on there, if it'll be seen on camera. Oh, somebody just subscribed. Oh, thank you so much.
Nice. We don't typically build Legos on the show.
Hideki Kiyama also tweeted very recently about Scalebound's cancellation. This was 12 hours ago. As you may have already heard, Scalebound has unfortunately been canceled. I'm very sorry to everyone who was looking forward to this game. Sorry to bring you such bad news at the start of this year. All I can do for you is to promise to keep delivering fun games. I'll work extra hard to never have to let you down like this again, so I hope you will keep watching us in the future too. And I took time off for my mental health. Me? No way. So I guess that means he's not taking any time off.
Right.
I thought I would get lots of savage messages, but in reality, I'm getting lots of warm messages. Thank you. And then, like a Asian emoji face thing. So he seems like a nice guy.
Eventually, when you wear him down
Eventually. Yeah. So I think Microsoft has huge problems. I think Sony is handling their exclusives a little bit better, because Sony goes, do whatever you got to do.
Right.
In the case of something like No Man's Sky, they might have pushed a little hard.
Yeah.
But in the case of something like Death Stranding, they're
Death
like,
Stranding,
here's all the money you need. Let us know if you need anything else.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yes.
Everything they're doing with Double Fine, bringing back Day of the Tentacle and Grim Fandango. Yeah, that seems to be going really well. Did I do this right?
They're letting developers run free.
Yeah.
And Microsoft is not. Microsoft is having harsh deadlines. They're having
which is interesting
E3
because
troubles.
like this is supposed to be the new Microsoft under Phil Spencer, the better Microsoft, the one more focused on games and the gamer, which to its credit it has been. But now that we're hearing about all these cancellations and stuff, this is telling me to put it together one way and then it's showing me another. This
like IKEA furniture.
Yeah, this makes me wonder, like, not just what this mean for like the Scorpio and stuff, but like even their first party's got to be, scared too, because what was it? The last Halo game, Halo 5 Guardians, had apparently the best multiplayer in the series history, but the absolute worst single player campaign in the series history.
Really?
Yeah.
People were saying that?
Yeah, everybody was saying that. And Halo is one of the few first-person shooter franchises that's known for both. So the fact that they failed the single player that badly, really, that I think alone is enough to make you wonder what happened. Like, why was it such a travesty?
They just didn't have the focus. Like Halo is Halo has had great campaigns in the past.
Yes.
But now it is a multiplayer-focused game, and that is what is going to keep people playing.
It's what's going to keep people playing, but there was never every Halo game 1, 2, 3, 4, and even the spin-offs had both a strong single player and a strong multiplayer.
Right.
Sometimes one is a little bit more strong than the others. This was the first time where there was a dramatic change in the quality between one and the other.
Games are costing more and more money to make, especially their campaigns. Mm-hmm. And let's say 5% of a hardcore player's time is going to be on the campaign. Almost all of it is going to be on the multiplayer. You spend 100 hours on the multiplayer. You spend 10?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's 10%. But it's just not worth it for them to throw the money in. It should be, but they just don't,
because it's Halo.
Yeah, they just. I mean, and it might not even be a money issue. There was a lack of caring.
With Microsoft, I don't think it's a money issue. They have so much money.
There was a very big lack of care put into the campaign. The guy who wrote the Reddit article, Manatee of Steel, is his name.
Nice.
He said Microsoft has had a terrible generation, possibly their worst yet, creative-wise. Some people are even feeling a bit burned by 343's Halo.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to, which is weird because for every one of those you have because the Coalition is now doing Gears of War 4 and that was very well received. I'm playing it. I think it's awesome. Their Forza games have still been on point for the most part. They have had successes here and there, but something must be slipping inside the Redmond offices. And like I said, this is a Microsoft that is showing a much better face. Everything they've done since Phil Spencer took over has been the right move publicly. The whole rebranding of the Xbox One as a gamer console, the launch of the Xbox One S, the bigger focus on games, the fact they're, have now as many indies on it as Sony does, if not, a little more here and there.
DJ Will says Nier Automata is going to be a great game. And I believe the new Spider-Man game will be excellent as well. Games this year are going to be great.
Yes, they will.
Yes, the new Spider-Man game is going to be great. I have a feeling, I've said this before, that is going to be rushed out for the movie.
Hopefully it's not.
I definitely think it will be. Jake says, that's WizKid, says, oh no, I'm sorry, Wiz. His name's Wiz.
Wiz Kulikov.
Yeah, I'm pretty jealous of the PS4 Spider-Man exclusive, but I'm not getting a PS4 just for that. Also, hello, Frosty Nacho. And Joe Hogan, he was here before. I don't know.
Oh, Joe Hogan.
Joe Hogan released a new trailer today.
Oh, I got to see that.
Talk in the chat so people can click through to your channel. And if you want to see some dope-ass Clone Wars motion comics.
Yes.
Go to Joe Hogan's channel. Everybody's just saying, poor Microsoft.
Maybe, I mean, they were selling a lot of Xbox One S's last year. Like it was a success for them. It was like #1 on the charts for like a couple months.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
dropped the price drastically. They're
Yeah.
probably taking a huge hit on them.
They can afford to.
AJ says that Sony bought Naughty Dog last gen.
There you go.
I'm gonna look that up because I don't buy it. Naughty Dog Inc. is an American video game developer based in Santa Monica, California. Founded by blah 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 blah. Owner Sony.
There you go.
They're owned by Sony.
Shows how much you know, Bob.
You agreed with me.
Shows how much I know.
Oh yeah, and God of War. That is Sony.
Yeah.
What's Bob's shirts? Bob's shirt is a really fast hedgehog. Is what it is.
That's what it is.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
This is really the only other thing I got to talk about.
Okay.
Did you know that Yacht Club Games is changing the name of the original Shovel Knight?
The original Shovel
the
Knight.
game. The
Oh,
game Shovel Knight.
I did not know that's what they
The
were doing.
game Shovel Knight is now going to be called.
I did this backwards.
Why? Come on now. The game Shovel Knight
Uh-huh.
is now going to be called Shovel Knight of Hope. Get it?
Interesting.
Like episode 4.
Yeah.
Because it was originally called Star Wars.
Yeah.
And now this was originally called Shovel Knight. Now it's Shovel Knight of Hope.
Yes.
Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope. And then you also get Shovel Knight, Plague of Shadows, Shovel Knight, what's this one called? Spectre of Torment. Those are the two other campaigns where you
Right.
play as Plague Knight and the Spectre thing, whatever that is. So if you buy Shovel Knight now, you are buying Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Which is all three.
All three of those
Right.
together. That is going to stop in a few months.
Well, I better buy Shovel Knight then.
Yeah. In the spring, we will be raising the price of Shovel Knight. If you haven't picked up Shovel Knight yet and want all the content included with Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, buy it now before the price increases this spring, or pick a selection of the standalone versions for a cheaper price. So it will be broken up. But if you have Shovel Knight now, you will get all of them. And you'll get some of the future updates too.
Yeah.
King Knight's campaign, battle mode. Why is it saying 3DS not included? Bastard. It's not included in battle mode. So you'll just get King Knights, which is the next one.
Yeah.
And you'll get all the other ones. So if you haven't bought Shovel Knight yet, buy it now so you can get Treasure Trove. Or it will. A part of this announcement was that it's going to be on the Switch.
Yes.
But by the time it comes out on the Switch, the price will be up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to pay more for it on the Switch. And I will have to buy it a second time because I probably want it on the Switch.
Unless, this week Nintendo announces that, yes, they will be doing an actual unified
Cross-buy.
account system. And you can
Cross-buy. Give me that cross-buy. That is what I need.
Yeah.
Because I am going to want my Mario Maker.
Yes, that's going to be
I
important.
need my Mario Maker. And if they announce cross-buy, I will buy it for 3DS right now. And I'll have it already.
Apparently it's garbage on 3DS.
Spectre of Gunship. Did I say it wrong? No. You're a liar. Or is that like a meme or something I don't know about?
What?
Spectre of Gunship, Richard Powell says.
I don't know.
Live to Rock says, all I want to know is, what the hell is Will doing?
Pay attention, man. I'm building Legos. Keeping myself awake for
Come on,
your
man.
entertainment.
Tevye says, really, Shovel Knight? That has a story? Yeah, it has a story.
Yeah.
It's great. Shovel Knight is fantastic. I don't think I've ever beaten it. I got really far,
Yeah.
but then something happened. Oh, I got a new 3DS and I transferred my data, and that was the only save that didn't transfer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Because Nintendo has a terrible system for transferring stuff.
They sure do.
Did they mention that Nintendo World is going to have Switch pre-orders on Friday yet? No, we didn't.
Oh, yeah, that was like just breaking.
So is GameStop. Everybody's going to have
Yeah.
pre-orders available on Friday. I gave my local GameStop $50, and I said on Friday. Well, I pre-ordered Breath of the Wild for $50.
Okay.
And I said on Friday, move this pre-order to the Switch. And
Nice.
that is how I'm getting the Switch. Because on Friday I will be playing the Switch in the city, which is apparently not at Nintendo World. I thought it was,
Really?
and it's not.
Oh.
It's closer to Penn Station. At a super secret location.
Okay. Catwoman and her motorcycle is done.
Good, because you're the next topic.
Okay.
Because I'm done with video games. That's
Okay.
it.
Let's move on to Star Wars.
Wait, hold on. DJ Will says, "Hey, do you guys think they will announce a Zelda-themed Nintendo Switch?" No,
No.
not for a while.
Not until the next Zelda game. I think. Or if they're going to port
Holidays.
over. Yeah.
I think holidays.
Or they're going to port over, like, I don't know, Spirit Tracks or whatever. Let's talk Star Wars.
Yes, I love Star Wars. Star Wars is a great movie.
Yes, Episode 8 is coming out this year. We know next to nothing about it.
And I'd like to keep it that way.
Well, too bad. Ryan Johnson did
Give me a trailer.
some interviews with USA Today, and he said some things we kind of already thought would happen, but also some new things that we weren't really sure about. So, first off, he said that Episode 8 is going to take place right after Force Awakens, which we kind of already knew. This is confirming it.
Good.
The last scene of Force Awakens with Rey handing Luke his father's lightsaber, that's where Episode 8 starts.
Give me that.
Yeah. I think they're going to fight.
They're going to fight?
I think they're going to fight.
Oh, my God. That'd be a little much.
Yeah. He said, I don't want to skip ahead 2 years. I want to see the very next moments of what happens. How Rey and Luke relate to each other is another key relationship in Episode 8, and it's going to be a large part of the movie. And we spent addressing why Luke ran away and what's next. Rey,
I hope there's a whole Jedi Academy under his feet.
that would be interesting.
That's what I hope.
Yeah. Rey has been pulled into a bigger world by her connection to the Force, but part of what she's dealing with is the realization that she has this power and this gift. She's taking her first steps to coming to terms with this inside of her that she never knew was there and is just starting to reveal its potential. The next day, there was a longer interview with USA Today with 5 points. Point 1, tonally, Episode 8 will emphasize fun. Now, it's
Interesting.
It's
was not expecting that.
Because it was speculated that Episode 8 was going to be the dark one, much like how Empire was the dark
The
one.
middle one usually is.
Yeah. But, that's probably not to say it's not going to be like serious and, there'll be some dark moments. But he said, I want it to be a blast and to be funny and to be a ride the way The Force Awakens and the original Star Wars movies were.
The Force Awakens was fun.
Yes.
That was a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
It had some down parts, but for the most part, it was like a
it
was like a buddy movie.
Rollick and roller coaster. Yes.
Yeah. I was not expecting the Episode 8 to go that way. Expecting it to be very tragic.
I don't think it's going to be Rogue One levels of tragic.
Right.
But, because you look at, Empire
At least
Strikes...
emotional. Look at how Episode 7 ended with Rey looked like she was going to start bawling.
Yeah. So I'm
So
sure
did Luke.
I'm sure it's going to continue along those lines. But that's not to say there's not going to be a lot of cool, awesome, fun parts in it. Like, spaceship battles and lightsaber duels and blasters and whatnot. Those will all still be there. But you'll probably just take it a little bit more seriously because Ryan Johnson is not exactly a whimsical director.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be all whimsy and stuff. I think there's going to be a very serious edge to it.
That's what I want.
Because you look at his other movies, like especially Brick and Looper. Those are a lot more dramatic and a lot more hard hitting movies.
Brick.
Yeah, Brick
was
awesome.
a good movie.
All right,
I want that grit.
yeah, and
I want that grit.
I think it will be there. I don't want people to confuse the fact that it's going to be fun and funny with the fact that there's going to be no grit. Like it will be there. Just expect to laugh. In addition to being, scared and horrified and also maybe sad.
Just give me as much Luke as possible.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Number 2, fans will find out more about their Force Awakens heroes. Episode 8 continues where The Force Awakens left off with the journey of Jedi and training Rey, former Stormtrooper Finn, and X-Wing pilot Poe Dameron. Per Johnson, I wanted to know more about each of them and that doesn't just mean information or backstory. Figure out what's the most difficult thing each of them could be challenged with now. Let's throw that at them and dig into what really makes them tick by seeing how they handle it. So it doesn't just look like we're going to learn about like their history and stuff. They're each going to go through specific challenges tailored to them, and we're going to see how they come out of it on the other side.
Good.
This could mean that like maybe one of them turns in episode 9, possibly. That could be a thing. I'm just throwing it out there. I can make shit up too, internet. Why can't I?
Their morals will be challenged,
Yeah.
maybe, but like that just sounds like that's how a movie's made.
Yeah.
Every character, that's character development. You give them you give them really hard things to deal with, and you see how they deal with them.
Yeah. Unless you're the Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice, in which you just go. For the whole movie.
You give him stuff, and the way he deals with it is just.
3. Rey develops a strong connection with Luke Skywalker. The new film starts from the beginning. We'll explore the relationship between Luke and Rey, who shows up on his remote intergalactic island with his old lightsaber, both not knowing what's going to happen and also having a lot of expectations in their heads about how this is going to go. It very much feels like what we all go through in adolescence, the dawning of this new chapter in our lives. The director added that the deepening of familial themes in episode 8 is a huge part of especially Rey's character, something that was a really powerful part of her setup and something I really want to dig into with this. A big thing about episode 7 was Rey's parents. She keeps saying, I have to wait for my family. And then she just says, screw it, and goes off to find Luke. You can't just end it like that.
Right.
Like, you need to, go back into, because family is a big deal to Rey. She never really had one. And she potentially has a new one with Luke and the new Jedi Order. So that's something that, regardless of who is going to take this over, that like needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed well. Especially because family is like a big deal in Star Wars.
Yeah. And also the Fast and the Furious.
Yes. Point 4. Luke Skywalker is the emotional entry point into episode 8. A longtime fan of Mark Hamill's enigmatic Jedi, Ryan Johnson thinks, what's going on with Luke Skywalker? They phrase it as a question. Ryan Johnson thinks, what's going on with Luke Skywalker? Is the essential question at the heart of the new film. I'm approaching it with a take that I hope feels honest and real and is going to be interesting to folks and makes sense. We didn't get Luke in episode 7, really. We got him staring off into the ocean and then turning around and being all bewildered. There's a whole nother bag I gotta do
done.
later. No, I'm not.
That's all you got.
All right, tune in next week for the second bag. So yeah, he was the main character for 3 movies. The whole saga revolves around his family and his name. So it's very important that not only is he back, but he's back with a vengeance. He's back and he's the focal point, and we learn why he ran away. We learn what he's been up to. We learn everything we wanted to know about Luke Skywalker, for the past 30 years. The big thing that got J.J. Abrams to do episode 7 was the question Kathleen Kennedy posed to him, where is Luke Skywalker after Return of the Jedi? He answered that, but he didn't give us any more.
He said he was super stoked to tell that story, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he gave like subtle hints, but he didn't say anything.
Like he told us like, oh yeah, Luke tried to train the new Jedi Order, Kylo Ren killed them all, and he got scared and ran away.
He set it up.
Yeah. But
that
Ryan Johnson's gonna knock it all down.
When I saw the opening scroll and it said
Luke Skywalker has vanished.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait.
Yeah.
And he wasn't in the movie at all, and I was very upset about that. That was the only thing that disappointed me about episode 7. I understand why. After I left, I was like, okay, it makes sense. I'm cool with it. But if they don't give me Luke in episode 8, I'm going to be very upset.
You're going to get a lot of Luke.
I need a lot of Luke.
You're going to get a lot of them.
I need it.
Finally, number 5, episode 8 already has a title.
Okay.
The director knows it. It was in the very first draft he wrote. So the title has been there since the beginning. Disney's not letting him say what it is, though.
Another hope.
Yeah, the return of the hope.
The next hope.
Attack of the Hope.
A hope for a better hope.
The Phantom Hope. The Hope Wars.
Civil hope.
Hope Outcast. Knights of the Hope Republic.
The dark hope rises.
Shadows of the Hope. Hope of the Empire. I'm running out of ones.
The Incredibles hope.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Despicable hope. Dr. Phobos, hope for more hope. Didn't I say that? I think I said that.
Might have said that. The Hopeless Menace, Richard Powell.
All right, enough of the hope.
Enough of the hope.
Is that it? Is that the whole
That's
article?
it. That's the whole article.
Okay, so it has the last thing was it has a title.
The last thing was it has a title.
Okay, I'm
but
not
we don't
surprised.
know yet.
When are we getting a trailer? When do you think we're getting a trailer?
One celebration. April?
There you go.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
That
Then.
makes the most sense. Although, when did the
Excited.
first Rogue One trailer come out? Because that
Celebration.
was also... Was it Celebration?
I'm pretty sure.
No, there was one before
Disney?
that, I thought.
The Disney one. The Disney event. D30 or whatever.
D23.
23. D28.
Yeah. Disney likes to name their conventions after Dungeons and Dragons die. I'm making that up.
Yeah, isn't there only 20 sides?
Yeah.
Hope Unleashed. Jay Will.
The Rogue One trailer, yeah, April 7th,
What, 2016?
2016.
That was the first trailer?
That was the first trailer.
Really? No,
But-
there was a teaser before that.
This is that teaser. The one where nothing in the trailer was in the movie.
That's only 2 minutes long.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the teaser. Where it's like, state your name for the record, Jen Erso.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
this
Rogue
one.
One. Oh,
Rogue
I'm
One,
thinking.
yeah.
I'm thinking of
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Yeah.
That first trailer for that came out December 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like it was
Yeah.
a whole year early.
It was a whole year, yeah.
But that was the one where nothing happens.
Yeah.
There's been something.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Yeah, and that's it. That's the whole trailer. We didn't even get that. I thought we were
Yeah.
gonna get that around like Rogue One.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Tevia says that we're gonna get the trailer for the Super Bowl. That would be interesting.
A very short teaser,
Yeah.
maybe. I think you're right about them just doing, instead of a teaser, just a full trailer on at Celebration, because
Yeah.
the reason why I don't think they did it during before Rogue One is because they don't want to hype you for, they want to keep the hype for Rogue One,
Right.
and Rogue One's still in theaters,
Yeah.
so for doing it during the Super Bowl might lose a little hype, or maybe it'll give it a bump because people will be like, I gotta see that last Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Wiz Kulikov says D23 refers the D refers to Disney, and the 23 is 1923, the year the company was founded.
Oh wow.
There
I
you
thought it
go.
was maybe the 23rd one, but I've never heard of it before
No.
last year. So
No, they do it every year.
I have never heard of it because I don't care. I only care about Star Wars.
So yeah,
What else you got? Is that it?
I got one more thing. It's a little interesting. Deadpool. You saw Deadpool.
There's a Wonder Woman. There's a leak of the villain.
Oh, the villain.
Wonder
Yeah, it's
Woman.
Ares. Yeah, I think we all kind of knew that.
Oh, okay.
'Cause he's the biggest Wonder
Then
Woman.
there was a
villain.
random one too.
Was there?
There was like a random, like a weird, like
Oh, the weird woman with like the mask. I think
it was a
that's-
weird name
Okay.
of the person. It
I'll
was
have to
like a
look
very
that.
comic booky weird name that I don't know if it's true. I'm sorry to just rip
all
that right out of you.
But okay, Deadpool. Did you see Deadpool?
Yes, of
You
course
liked
I saw
Deadpool.
Deadpool. It was great.
Would
It
you
was a good movie.
consider that?
Or already no.
So you would not consider it a prestigious movie
No.
worthy of apparently all of these awards it's getting nominated for.
Like what?
It was nominated for Best Picture Comedy at the Golden Globes.
Okay.
Now, the thing with the Golden Globes is, aside from whatever Meryl Streep was talking about, apparently UFC sucks. That's the gist I got out of it. You know, they're not really the greatest award show. Like everybody gets nominated for Golden Globes, but it was surprising that Deadpool got nominated for a Golden Globe, not just for Best Picture, but for Ryan Reynolds Best Actor. They split Best Picture into two categories:
comic book movies,
comedy, and drama.
Comic book movies do not get nominated for anything ever.
Yeah, if they do, it's like special effect awards.
Right.
So,
which this deserves.
And Deadpool came out in February, and the Golden Globes typically only nominate movies like from November on.
Right.
So the fact that it got nominated was pretty, it was shocking, but it wasn't totally out of left field.
And that happened already.
Yeah.
The Golden Globes.
That happened already. Did not win. La La Land won.
Right.
But Deadpool has now been nominated by both the Producers Guild of America and the Writers Guild of America for their respective end of the year awards. These are a little bit more prestigious, and these typically signify who's getting Oscar nominations. And in the past, winners of the Producers Guild Award for Best Picture have also won the Oscar for Best Picture. So the fact that Deadpool, of all comic book movies to come out this last year, and by all comic book movies, I really mean only two others, Doctor Strange and Captain America.
Yeah, all the other ones weren't good enough.
Yeah. Deadpool is pulling through and is getting all of these, recognition, getting all this recognition. It's baffling to me that a Liefeld creation is now, up for Best Picture.
Is Rogue One?
No.
Then that's screwed up. That's messed up. That you would put Deadpool over Rogue One.
Yeah, that is
one of the best movies I have ever seen in my whole life.
That is pretty messed up.
You're gonna put Deadpool over that.
But it just makes you think, like, because I like Deadpool. I've seen it a whole bunch.
It was good.
It's a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I don't think it was the best. It certainly wasn't the best comic book movie of last year. That was Civil War.
Right.
In terms of the best movie of last year, I don't know.
I don't watch a lot of movies, so I can't. I only watch the nerdy stuff.
Yeah,
but Rogue One was light years better than Deadpool. Deadpool was good. I enjoyed Deadpool. For the record, I didn't enjoy it as much as everybody else said, because there were two fight scenes and they were in the trailer.
Yeah,
that was it.
There was a lot of Deadpool,
like big fight scenes.
There was a lot of Deadpool. The reason why that movie was the way it was because of budgetary constraints. The fact that Fox had no faith in this movie. They just basically, gave money to Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller and the two writers and just said, "Here, shut up, leave us alone."
That is probably a big reason why it's up for nomination, because
they did so much. They did so much with so little.
Yeah.
It's astonishing to me. The Dark Knight never even got like the nominations that Deadpool is getting.
Right.
The Dark Knight, the greatest comic book movie of all time. That's not up for debate. That is not up for debate. So the fact that Deadpool comes along, with a scene where like he's growing his hand back and he's talking about touching himself with it, it's incredible.
Deadpool is a good comedy.
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's. How many things are nominated for Best Picture? Because don't they add like more and more every year?
Well, okay. Since like 2009, the best picture Oscar it's like 10 movies. That's since 2009. The reason why it's since 2009 is because in 2008 they didn't nominate The Dark Knight. So leave it to Batman to get things done.
So they didn't nominate it.
They didn't nominate The Dark Knight. Everyone said why it was one of the best pictures of the year.
And then the next year they
added more.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
They should have just knocked off one of the ones in 2008 or whatever. That's dumb.
Yeah.
What did get Best Picture in 2008?
I think it was Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh,
which
never
is,
mind.
Which is a good,
right.
which is a good movie. It's a good movie, but I mean, it's not The Dark Knight.
You know what? I'm gonna look up nominations. 2008.
2000. It would have aired in 2009. The Oscars for that year.
So what is it?
Just
2009. Oscars. Oscar nominees.
Yeah. It would have been
hosted by Hugh Jackman.
Yes. Yes. The 81st Academy Awards.
Best Picture. Winner was Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes.
Nominees were The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It was up against some stuff.
Yeah.
Frost Nixon.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
That was Michael Sheen and Frank Langella as why can't I remember his name? Frost and Richard Nixon just interviewing each other.
Milk, which was another one. That was another kind of big deal. The Reader. Which I've
here's
heard
the story about The Reader. The Reader wasn't on the short list. Apparently, this is how you get nominated for awards in Hollywood. The producers behind it lobbied and campaigned and sent a lot of money and gifts to the Academy voters, and they put The Reader on the Best Picture shortlist.
So there was only 5.
Yeah.
So they doubled it.
They doubled it the next year.
That's ridiculous.
And then the next year, it got really ridiculous because, let me see.
The Dark Knight was up for cinematography, film editing, which it deserved, and it didn't win any of them. Slumdog Millionaire won both of them. Sound editing, it won sound editing.
Yeah, it won sound editing.
Sound mixing, which Slumdog Millionaire took.
There is a difference between those two.
Visual effects, which The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. All right, you know what? Fine. Art direction, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Oh, okay, The Dark Knight deserved that.
Yeah.
Makeup, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Are you kidding me? That was CGI. Are you kidding me? And actor in a supporting role. That was the only one it won.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It won sound editing.
And then the next year, when they bumped up Best Picture to 10, The Hurt Locker won. And also nominated was Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, and Education, Inglourious Bastards, Precious, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air.
Avatar came out in 2009?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Seems like so long ago because James Cameron apparently likes to take his time making movies now.
Yeah, I thought
Big
that was
Blue Cats.
I thought that was way longer ago. I thought I was in high school.
It just seems like forever ago because it came out. It was really good at the time, and everybody forgot about it.
It really wasn't. I didn't.
For the
like
record,
it.
I liked Avatar. I did. I really did.
I did not like it.
It should not have gotten Best Picture. It probably shouldn't have made $1 billion at the box office.
No, it got hyped like freaking crazy, and because it was James Cameron.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
I don't. Deadpool is apparently the most critically acclaimed movie of the year.
Jesus.
Daniel Lovegreen, thank you. David Frost was the name of.
What's it? Do we know what Deadpool's up against?
I just had it up.
Gotta keep it up.
Yeah. The Arrival, Fences, Hell or High Water, Hacksaw Ridge, Hidden Figures, and Lion.
The hell was Lion?
I've heard of Lion.
I heard Hacksaw Ridge was terrible.
Really? I heard it was incredible.
Oh, never mind.
It's everybody forgiving Mel Gibson for doing awful things.
He's a crazy person.
By doing awful things to Andrew Garfield in the movie.
Everybody's like, oh, he's better now. He's like redeemed himself. Then I saw him on Conan. He is a crazy person. He looks like and sounds like a crazy homeless person.
Yeah.
He's not even saying anything particularly crazy. He's just acting like a crazy person. Like someone who has lost their mind.
Yeah. That Lethal Weapon, though.
Greyman says they send a lot of gifts and special showings as unofficial bribery to the people judging the movies. Yes. That is what happens. Jake says Avatar definitely shouldn't have space in the animal kingdom, and yet
that's right.
we are.
Avatar has like its own section in Disney's Animal Kingdom.
God damn.
And it's not even a Disney movie.
Kai Williams says I don't see what the big deal about Avatar is, and neither do I.
A lot of people don't.
You know what the big deal is? It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's what the big deal is. All right, what else you got over there?
That's it. That's all I got.
Did you find out who the wacky bless you. Bless you. Did you find out who the wacky villain was?
It's translated from French, the interview. I just had it.
Also,
the Amazons will revolt against Zeus, who will die of the hands of his son, which is Ares. Having had time to find Themyscira, their haven of peace, Diana becomes Wonder Woman. No, it just says Ares.
Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, guess not.
Also, who's gonna be Han's like father figure?
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
I don't
That's
really,
cool.
I don't really care.
That's gonna be a good movie.
Just figured I need to talk about it. Guys,
Yes.
talk. It's your turn to talk to us. You can use the hashtag WolfDenLive. If you're here, you can just leave it in the chat. Also, if you're not here, use the hashtag WolfDenLive on Twitter, or go to the YouTube video and leave a comment.
Yep. If you left a comment in last week's video, we will respond to it right now. Just like... Hold on, I had one. Where'd it go? Oh. Rayal, Will, do you hate Prometheus? Give it another chance. I don't hate Prometheus. This was in reference to talking about Alien Covenant and how I hope it's better than Prometheus. I was very disappointed with Prometheus. I thought it was going to be one thing. It was something completely different. It promised answers and it didn't really give them. It just raised more questions. I wanted it to be more of an alien movie. Instead, it was some weird ass philosophical piece that got kind of scary sometimes. So that's where I am with Prometheus. Maybe I will see it again. I don't know.
Sorry, I was. Oh God, help!
This
I was reading Wonder Woman villains, and the only person who used the hashtag is Fred again. Oh, he said he won't be there. Felt required to use the tag. Well, thank you for wasting my time, Fred. A lot of comments from last week.
Yeah. Matt Lisco, Will, I'm a huge Star Wars fan and even bigger Darth Vader fan. I just started watching the Clone Wars cartoon and I'm going to read the Darth Vader comic. Any thoughts on the comic? The only comic I've ever read is The Walking Dead. The Darth Vader comic, written by Karen Gillan with art by Salvador Larroca, is excellent. A lot of people think it's the best of the Marvel Star Wars comics. I don't necessarily know about that. I will say it's very good. And if you thought he was awesome at the end of Rogue One, you're going to love this book.
MDB, my dry bread, our buddy over there.
Yep.
I love that Nintendo consoles are basically in a different field than Sony and Microsoft ones. I keep saying that.
Yes.
I never heard people say, are you getting a Wii U, Xbox One, or PS4? I always either hear PS4, Xbox One, or are you getting a PS4, Xbox One to go with your Wii U? I don't think there needs to be a third console fighting for that spot. I completely agree.
Yeah.
PS4 and Xbox One fill, so I enjoy having Nintendo just doing its own thing. I completely agree.
I'm still waiting for that one console future where everybody just makes the same box and you just put whatever disc into it.
Somebody needs to find the Wolf Den video. It was one of when we used to do these 10-minute long ones where I say that the future of consoles are going to be tablets. They're just going to be tablets.
And then
because my future is coming true.
Bob was right.
But I said it would be like 10 years from now. And now here we are with a freaking Nintendo Switch.
Mohammed Hader from last week. Hey, Will, is The Walking Dead worth reading if I've already seen the show? Also, do you know how to cure a hangover? I feel like God is punishing me extra for drinking with a Muslim name.
What about the Muslim name?
He feels like God is punishing him for drinking with a Muslim name. It's
Wait, I don't understand.
It's against Islamic law to drink.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And
I thought he was being punished with an Islam. Like
No.
God gave him a Muslim name because he
And
was
my
drinking.
cure for a hangover is also against Islamic law because it's a bacon sandwich. It is just a sandwich, 2 pieces of bread, and bacon. Just a stack of bacon.
I was going to say something similar. A bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
You need a lot of carbs.
You
like
need
a crazy,
carbs.
something greasy.
Grease helps with absorbing the alcohol. Gatorade is good to have on hand. Honestly, just go to McDonald's or Burger King. Again, you're not giving us a lot to do here because you're going to need a lot.
He drank already. He's already.
He's already.
God already hates him.
All right, so do any of that stuff. Go to McDonald's or Burger King. Get yourself a hamburger, cheeseburger, whatever. Bacon sandwich is also good. Gatorade, all that.
Yeah, you need carbs and hydration.
Yeah. With reference to the Walking Dead comic, yes, it is worth reading because it is different from the show. They're going to the same destination, but the paths they're taking are very different.
Tevia, question, Bob. Any opinion on Underworld 5? No, I have no idea what that is.
Oh, the vampire movie, the Underworld movies. Those stupid movies that for some reason...
Stupid.
Yeah. Kate Beckinsale's dog has been kidnapped, and the only way she'll get it back is if she keeps making underworld movies. That's the only explanation I have for why those movies are still around.
Jake linked a video from one of the games videos, seeing if that was the one. It's called "Can We Start Taking Mobile Games Seriously Yet?" I might have mentioned it in that, but no, it was definitely one where we were talking to each other.
Yeah.
I think in that video, when I made that video, I was trying to find the one.
Flaming Blue Skull from last week. Hey guys, just curious, what do you think is the better musical? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Mary Poppins, or The Sound of Music? The Sound of Music. I've never seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Mary Poppins is good, but The Sound of Music is like this big, epic, event movie that they just don't make anymore.
I only really know The Sound of Music.
It has an intermission. Like, movies don't have intermissions anymore unless you're Tarantino and your head's so far up your ass you love the smell of your own farts. That's a different story for another time.
Jake also says, get yourself the Taco Bell naked chicken chalupa. Have you seen that?
Yes.
The tortilla is just a piece of fried chicken.
We made him guess what we were talking about in our little group chat because someone already posted about it. Jake's like, wait, what's going on? I missed it. We made him guess.
That is the worst. When you're in a group chat and someone's like, what happened? You're like, just scroll up and read it. You're in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. To this week's chat. Tevia, any opinion on the Secret Empire event from Marvel? That's apparently Captain America's a villain right now because he's under control. He's under Hydra control.
Who?
Captain America.
He's the villain.
He's the villain.
Right.
And this is going to...
Still?
Yes.
I feel like it's been happening for a while.
Yes. He's still the villain. Oh. And this is going to be like his whole event where I guess everybody finds out he's a villain. I just hope they don't screw it up.
Sounds like Superior Spider-Man is what it sounds like. MDB says, I don't know how you guys always just remember the context of what was talked about on previous shows. That's because you ramble like crazy. In his streams, he just freaking rambles. But I don't. I only remember... I mean, I get reminded when they... when I read the comments. Yeah. Also, we have to write it in the tags and the description and stuff. Yeah. So there's usually like a set couple of topics that we talk about. Richard Powell, did you guys see Mark Hamill read Trump tweets as the Joker? Yes. I only saw one.
I think he only did one.
Yeah, everybody's saying multiple tweets. I think
he only did the one.
Yeah. It was good. Yeah. But, it's exactly what I expected. Yeah. It was hyped like crazy.
Yeah.
AJ says never saw Avatar, ... You just don't.
You don't have to. It's not essential Cameron viewing. Dr. Phobos, tie on the fourth Detective Comics run. How good is it? It is so good. Yeah, it made Tim Drake great again. That's how good it is.
Good. That's what you want.
That's what I want. Even though they killed him off after 5 issues, spoiler alert, he's not really dead. But it's even still, it's excellent.
Where'd he go? Fusion Riptide. Bob, what's your opinion on the Horizon Zero Dawn leaks? Zero opinion, because I'm not reading any more into that game, because every week there's more news on it, and I don't care. It's coming out very soon. I'm just going to play it when it comes out.
Richard Powell, what do you guys think about the rise in popularity of the MOBA and the somewhat decline of RTS games like StarCraft? I partially blame EA for killing the Command & Conquer franchise.
That's all very interesting.
Yes.
I am not an RTS person. I played Age of Empires 2 when that was out, and I was terrible at it. So I think that, yes, good, kill RTS games. Because I'm not very partial to RTS games.
I don't think EA is to blame. I mean, they killed Command & Conquer because I guess the last one didn't make as much money as they wanted it to. I think it's just a whole cultural shift. I mean, so often one genre is the popular one and then another genre becomes. For the longest time, it was like beat 'em ups and platformers. Now it's first-person shooters and open-world games.
I think League of Legends blew up. Yeah. And MOBAs are just so massive in Korea. They're making so much money that it's just companies want to do MOBAs. Yeah. It's not really anybody's fault. I mean, RTS games are always going to be around. Yeah. There's always going to be a demand for them.
I mean, we're getting Halo Wars 2.
Everybody's into Civilization. Yeah. So I just think it's that, like you said, a cultural shift, and MOBAs are making a lot of money.
Really, only 2 MOBAs are making any money. It's Dota and League of Legends. Everything else is like trying. There's one on 360. Not 360. Xbox One. I think it's called Smite. I think that's doing okay, But compared to Dota and League, it's like don't even bother.
I'm excited for this rise of first-person shooter, MMO, MOBA, like hybrids.
The hero shooters, as they're calling it.
Yeah, I'm excited for well, because like Overwatch is a first-person shooter MOBA, so it's like a hero shooter. But then you have Destiny, which is like an MMO RPG first-person shooter thing. But it's not really an MMO because it's not.
Yeah.
It's smaller servers, but still you're playing with everybody like that, and like the Division, stuff like that. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for this space.
Yes.
And I also don't think everything needs to be online. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, and I saw a good one. DJ Will, what do you guys think about Resident Evil 7? I'm not super for it at all. I keep forgetting that game's coming out, and it's coming out real soon.
Yeah, like in a week.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. So I need to get on that.
I'm not too hyped because it doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game.
Apparently, it's going back. It's closer in tone to Resident Evil 1 and 2 than people realize it is.
It doesn't look like it at all.
It doesn't look like it because it's from first person.
Yeah.
But apparently, like, the way you play the game, like how you play and like what you do in it is very close to Resident Evil 1 and 2. Because you do get guns, you do get ways to defend yourself, you do get stupid crest puzzles that you have to do. You do get item boxes that you have to throw your items in and then retrieve them later. But they're not showing you that. They're showing you a game that kind of looks like PT.
Should I play it in VR?
That depends on how you feel about VR horror.
I don't know how I feel. I have the demo. I haven't tried it.
Right.
You do it with a controller, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I want to do that.
Yeah, give it a shot. I played the first demo that came out like after E3.
And that was not... No, you played it regular, not VR.
Yeah, I played it regular. There's a new demo out that I haven't tried yet, but I need to get on this because I love Resident Evil, and this looks like it's not going to suck.
I'll have to try the VR.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not going to be that great in VR.
Probably not.
All right, we got to leave.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us through all the stupid-ass technical difficulties that we keep having for some reason.
So here's what I'm thinking, Will.
What do you think?
That monitor, put it up there.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I don't know where else we could put it. We can put it behind us.
Yeah.
Ooh, that might not be a bad idea. Maybe on the wall right here.
So that people...
Ooh, right here.
Oh, yeah, that could work.
Right here. And I'll just look like this, do it, and then be like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up? Oh, let's get a wall mount that folds out.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. As long as... Is there a stud here? I know
Probably
there's
not.
One. I know there's one right
This
here.
is cute.
No, there's...
Worst comes to worst, we'll put it
There's
here.
absolutely no stud
Worst comes
there.
to worst, we'll put it up there.
I kind of want it here now, though.
All right, we'll figure
It's
something
like $25 to get a wall mount that comes out.
I know. But if there's no stud there,
That thing's not heavy. I don't even know if you can mount that monitor.
we'll have to figure out. We'll
It's
figure
like- it's
something
like-
out.
I think I got it in 2008. I'm almost positive I did. All right. Did you just say the SoundCloud,
No.
iTunes stuff?
As always, you can subscribe to this channel to see us every week right here at 9 p.m. Eastern live. If you're not into that and you'd rather listen to us in your headphones or driving to work, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play. And if you do that, make sure to rate us and review us because that helps us out with placement on those respective stores.
Usually I stream me drawing the thumbnail at 11 o'clock on Twitch every single Wednesday. Sometimes it's 11:30. I'm going to try to do that really quick because I got stuff to do tonight, but I will be doing it on twitch.tv/BobWulff. Join me there. And that's it.
Yep.
Leave us a like. Do all that stuff.
Next week, bag 2 of the Lego Batman set.
Oh, tomorrow night at
Yes.
11 at 10:45ish. Me, maybe you,
Maybe me.
and Fanatics in the chat. We're all going to be streaming during the Nintendo Switch event. So we're going to be doing commentary over it. Come watch it with us so you don't have to watch it alone or with anybody else.
Yes.
Watch it with us. God damn it. So thank you guys very much. And we'll see you tomorrow night. I'll put an event up sometime tomorrow. Have a good week, everybody.
Bye.